I really believe that our mission affects everyone on this planet because food is for everyone. We have to eat to survive. Unfortunately, on this planet there are too many peoples with not access to food, and this is an issue that we have absolutely to try to face. But you know, the mission is to create a different food system, to create a world where everyone on this planet, in every single corner on this planet, has to have the right to access to, as we say, to good, clean and fair food. We promote good, clean and fair food. Then of course we have to be enough open to understand that what is good for me not necessarily is good for a person in Senegal, or not necessarily. We have different parameters. We have to protect these, and we have to protect all the different local foods, but the mission is the same.
I think we've been locked into the bounds of thinkable thought, which was that the industrial food system and its trappings was all that we could do. And I think we're slowly peeling away the grip that has on our imagination. And it's revealing the innovation that is on the ground floor as people are beginning to recreate their sense of place and their taste of place. And it's also reconnecting us to traditions that we had abandoned because they were no longer useful. And instead what we discover is that it is our past that may help to chart what our future may look like, which is, you know, this industrial food grid tells us we can solve our problems through scientific intervention, and we have to devote ourselves to the steamroller of progress. And that is an American worldview. That is sort of the 20th century Pax Americana, was we can solve all these problems if we just embrace this next, you know, technological top-down innovation. And I think communities are beginning to see that that is tethering. That is not providing a better quality of life. It is not providing better food. Instead, this quest for cheap food is very expensive. In early 21st century, as the epidemic of obesity in the US is beginning to dismantle the stranglehold that this belief in cheap food would set us all free. Unfortunately, the optimism of the post-World War II world that we've created around automobiles and supermarkets and air conditioning and all of the conveniences that we just grew very comfortable with, is that we hid all those externalities. Those things cost, and either we pay for them now or we pay for them later, but we swept them under the rug to think that, well, we actually don't have to pay for the cost of environmental degradation of our water and our land, and that food that may not actually have any nutritional value, and our obsession with salt and sweet and all of that meant that we got disengaged from having this holistic life of not just consumers but producers, and all of them connected around a shared goal of creating meaning in our lives.
But something is changing because there is not another chance. If we continue in the way the food production has run in the last 50 or 60 years, in 300 years the planet will disappear. So we can believe or not, but we have to change, and people are realizing.
I mean, I think the recent fascination with happiness is sort of an indicator of just how craving we are for some sense of purpose, because this most important thing, happiness, we haven't even started to measure that until recent years. And it's sort of an indicator of just how much we are searching for the connectedness in our lives. And I think food is the ultimate connector. I think, you know, we can get cheap food, but it's going to cost us, and it's going to cost other people whom we've learned not to care about. And I think that's why the explosive growth of food in city centers, the sort of reinvention of the traditional farmers market, is an indicator of how craving we are for a relationship to our food, and for people whose lives were invisible until very recently. Now, it wasn't always that way, But the 1950s and 60s and 70s kind of created walls between urban and rural, between producer and consumer. And I think slow food is trying to tear down those walls and reconnect people.
I see energy and desire in young people in this country more than in other places. So I really hope that together with the growing evolution of the food, we will have also a further change of the food system, not in the way that has done in the last 50 years, but in a different way.